Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. It's Courtney and Rilee here today, and we are talking about seasons of life today and how some seasons are harder than the other, some are easier, and how we always seem to long for that next season of life, yet we always miss the season we were in. So, Rilee, give it to me straight, girlfriend. Give me the rundown on what your current season of life is right now.
So I'm in the season of life where I'm really just focusing on myself and doing what's best for me and kind of just really revitalizing, you could say, myself and what my passions are and who I want to be. And even this summer has been such a growing summer for me. I think I was journaling like the 2 days, my birthday was actually yesterday, so July 7th was my birthday. So I was journaling the day before and I just was writing down all the things that I've learned and then like how 19 was such an impactful year for me. I went through my first year of college. I went through COVID. I went through a breakup, it was a great relationship, then a breakup. Like, it was just a lot of great friendships. Like, it was a lot of years. So, like, this season now, I'm really just, like, being thankful for everything that has come and gone. And you just have to, for me at least, is, like, I just have to be thankful for that. And it's like hard because it's like, obviously you just want to be like, well, why did that have to happen? Well, why can't I just go into the next season of dating someone? So you have to really just stop and be present. And I think that is one thing I've really been I've struggled with. And I think I've gotten better over the summer and really just allowing myself to just be still and be present and be okay with the silence and be okay not going 110 miles an hour, because I'm a girl that likes to be going 110 miles an hour, and I just have been able to be still and be present and really talk to God a lot and lean on Him rather than leaning on a person, because at the end of the day, people do leave. Like, people really truly do leave, and if I can't be happy alone, then how can I be happy within a relationship? Because if you're not happy by yourself, then you're living for someone else's whatever. So that is one thing that's kind of the stage where I'm at right now. So I would say the thing that I'm loving though is really this time for who I am becoming, really just giving myself grace and kind of not making time for BS, you could say. I'm really just doing me, and I love it. I love that I have no one that I'm obligated to talk to. And it's so nice. My friends are always still going to be there, and your friends will be there for you no matter what. So you may feel I have to talk to them every day. No, you don't. Your true friends will not care. So that's one thing I'm loving. I love all my friends right now that I'm having. I would say, I said, the hardest part right now is just being patient, because we're always chasing for the next one. I feel everyone thinks that in whatever stage they're in right now. So that's for me. How about you, Courtney?
Yes. Well, I just want to jump back to you for a second. And I love your little stage of life right now, a college student. And I think everyone can relate to that. When you're in college, it's new. There's a lot of new things happening. You have new friends, yet you still have your old high school friends. And there's always that kind of awkward transition between, I have these new friends, I have these new dreams that aren't totally aligned with my old friends and my old passions. And you're not alone when you're talking about walking through that, because I think everyone has walked through that current season. And it's hard, but I love how you're taking it with so much grace. And you, even though you just turned 20, you sound so wise, because not a lot of people and not a lot of college students can say, you know what, I'm leaning on God in this season of my life. I'm being patient, and I'm just going to fully trust Him. So I love that. So proud of you. And I'm so excited to see what this next season of your life comes to. But for me, my season of life. So I recently got engaged, which is super exciting. And it's something that I've been waiting for quite a while. I was not patient by any means. So I recently also just moved a couple hours away from home up north. So I have a lot of new everything, new home, new fiance, new everything. So that's kind of my current season of life, where nothing seems familiar and or stable, I'd say, even though as anything in life really, really stable. But I, just like Rilee, I'm just trying to take it day by day and with grace, because I think there's a lot that can come in each season of life that God is trying to teach you. So right now I'm just really leaning into what is he trying to teach me? How is he trying to grow me through this current season of my life? And just like Rilee, I'm being patient, but it's hard at times when it is such an exciting season of my life of new marriage, new engagement, new everything, but I'm still like longing for that next season. So
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, I feel like.
I feel like everyone struggles with like just being patient. Like patient. My mom always says as a kid, patience is a virtue. And I never really, I'm like, yeah, blah, 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 whatever. Patience is a virtue. Like, I want it now though. And I really just like realized it really is. And it's taught me so much. And like, it really is. And it's so hard because like everyone with the social media and everything can be here and now. Like, boom, like you get an answer. Like, no, like God has his own timing and it could be like 2 or 3 years until whatever you want is going to get here. So you just have to really be patient and just be still and be okay with whatever your path is going to be at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. That's so good because like in those 2-3 years, you say like, what is God trying to teach me? Like, obviously he's waiting for a reason. And it's so hard for us to wrap our mind around that. Like, well, I'm struggling with this. So God, can you just do this for me? Like, I just need that next season. Like, no, like there's a reason he's waiting. And it's bigger and better than anything you can dream of. But you don't always realize it until you're in that next season and you're looking back on your previous season. And I'm guilty as ever of doing that. I'm a dreamer and I love envisioning what is ahead of me. But I'm also someone who looks back on my past seasons of life and I'm like, man, I wish I would have enjoyed that more. I wish I would have asked her to go to coffee with me, or I wish I would have been with my friends more. So I think there's just so much we can learn in each season. And yes, both of us are young, but I think we still have so much to learn and so much to grow. So
100%. And even like, it's so funny. It's like your age really doesn't matter. Like sometimes the best advice you will get is from a child.
Yes.
Like a child. Like I remember nannying one time and this girl, like she could tell I was really sad and she was like, and she was two. And she looks at me and she's like, Rilee, it's going to be okay. And I literally like just started bawling at that point. And I'm like, oh my God, like a 2-year-old literally just said it's going to be okay. And I just remember that season of my life, I was going through so much. Like I was going through so much and I just like literally thought the whole world was against me. And then I remember like, it was totally God. Like how I met this family was a total God moment. Like, and she just said that to me and I was like, oh my God, this is totally God. Like, I'm so thankful. Like I ended up watching them this weekend. Like it was good. And I was just like, now looking back, I'm like I haven't thought of that until like this conversation really. And I'm like, holy crap, everything is okay. Like everything really is okay. And so like, it just shows that like, just be patient. Like really just have to say, like, we just have to be patient.
Mm-hmm. And here's the other thing that I've learned. Every time I've like tried to plan something for my future, or I've had like this set goal of, oh, I'm going to crush this college. I'm going to get my degree. I'm going to do yada, yada, yada. And nothing happens. Like, what I always envision is nothing compared to what God has in store for me because it's so much better than what I envisioned. I guess what I'm saying is like, why do we worry so much when like God already has our story written? Like he's already in control. So why are we spending so much time and effort in trying to just control our lives when he literally he's in control?
Yeah. And I literally feel like there was just this pinnacle moment. I was in Nashville 3 weeks ago and I just remember coming home and I just felt this sense of like calmness. And I was like, it was because I could remove myself for like life from a little bit and allowed me to be present. And I think it allowed me then to bring that back here. And it has allowed me to be way more present in my life and not chasing for the next week or chasing for the next day, like and just living day by day. And I think like you say, like, it's just, you just have to like be still and yeah.
I love that. So you kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but I want to re-hit on it one more time. So what is something you are loving, or what is a high moment in this current season of life? And kind of touch on the things you're struggling with, or like what is the low moment in this current season of life?
Yeah, so I think what I'm really loving about this season of my life is filling up my cup first and really allowing myself to do what's best for me and just be selfish, but in a good way. Like giving myself self-love, self-care, like just being good to myself and doing what I think is best for me. But that doesn't mean I'm removing people from my life. Like I'm bringing people that I know that are going to push me to be better as well. Like just really fostering those relationships that I do have right now and making those even stronger and really leaning on God and my friends and those people that I know are going to be there through all my seasons of life, and just learning a lot about myself and what my needs and wants and how like I've even changed, and just like kind of rediscovering myself. Not that I didn't lose myself, but like because obviously I've grown a lot since since I've really taken time for myself and being alone. So I've been loving that. And then like kind of what I've been struggling with, or my low point, is like obviously like we all struggle with being patient and just really like allowing things to happen at its own time and unfold at its own time, and to not force certain situations and just to be still. But that's kind of, I'm working on it. I think I've gotten better. People have said I've gotten better, but
No, that's good. That's good. And I love your analogy of filling yourself up so then you can pour out to others, because just kind of like self-love. Sometimes people think self-love is selfish, but in reality, if you're able to make yourself the best version of you, you are then able to serve others better. You're then able to help people more, to love them the best you can. So that's beautiful. That's so exciting that you're currently walking through that. So I would say for me, my high in this current season is the new. Everything is so new that it's so exciting. And then on the contrary, it's also scary. So I think it kind of goes as a double whammy of, yes, it's new and exciting, but there's also that trust factor that I sometimes struggle with, like all this newness, like where are you leading me here? Like I'll follow, but I'm a little scared. I'm a little timid because I have no idea what the heck you have in store for me. So I think each season definitely has all of everything we're talking about. Just some are stronger, obviously, but
yeah.
It's
like all uncharted territory too. It's like you've never gone through this. You've never gone through this at what you're doing right now. Like you're a different person than when you have gone through this season of new again. Like it's everything you do is always going to be new, and you can be scared and not go through it and just be scared your whole life, or go through it and literally be like, holy cow, like this was the best thing I ever did. So that's kind of segueing into what I have to ask you, Courtney, is what are you consciously doing then to like really enjoy being present in the current stage of life that you're in?
Okay. Yeah. I think I would have to say I'm just simply taking it one day at a time. And I'm not planning too far ahead. Even though I am planning a wedding, I am just trying to live day by day, because like I said earlier in this podcast, everything I plan doesn't work out. It takes a total 360 and it's nothing that I had envisioned. So I'm just really learning. And I guess I should say it's easier for me to trust God's plan when I take things day by day. And I know that sounds weird and scary, but it's just I found that's what works for me, and that's what gives me the most peace, is just waking up each morning and being like, okay, God, lead me where you need to lead me. I'll follow. And so that's kind of the mentality that I've been having lately of, you're obviously going to carry me through this next season of my life, but I'm just going to take it one day at a time with you. So that's what I'm doing to kind of keep myself calm in all this new and crazy times. But what about you? What are you doing?
I think, honestly, the same thing goes for me, is just living day by day, because it's like you say, you do something, you plan something out. I'm a planner. I love to have my planner all organized, ready to go, like week, whatever. Like but now I've like been like, I'm not going to plan anything out. Like it's just, we're going to do things as we go. And like you say, it goes to 360. I didn't think I would be where I am today last year, or 3 months ago, or 4 months ago, or 6 months ago. Like this was not how I was thinking my life would be. So clearly what you plan is not going to happen. So you just kind of got to go with it. And it just really allows you to enjoy each day at a time and be like, maybe nothing major happened, but maybe some, like the small things are what I've been really like just enjoying and appreciating so much. Because once you like obviously you're planning a wedding, so like you're gonna look back and be like, oh, I like wish I would have been more present through that whole process. And so like I feel like yes, it's a big thing, but it's also like the little things are so valuable to me. Like I love the little things, or like getting ice cream with a friend and like talking and like, I don't know. It's just the little things I've also been loving, and it's just really like made me like stop and really just be present and like remove myself from my phone too has been really something that I've been loving too. And it's like I can be on my phone, but I don't have to be in constant contact with people. I can kind of like look at Pinterest for like 4 hours if I want to. Probably not healthy, but it's fun. But
I love that. And honestly, I feel like you just, like, God told you to speak those words, because I don't know if I've talked to you about this, but like wedding planning is not fun for me. I thought I would love it so much, but I don't enjoy it. It's stressful. And I've just been thinking like, I am going to look back on this season of my life and wish I enjoyed it. So kind of weird you just said that, but it's a God thing. Like, obviously he placed you here to tell me that little sentence, something so simple, but I love that. Well, Rilee, thank you so much for pouring out your heart on this little podcast of ours. I think you're truly going to inspire other girls who are walking through your current season of life.
Yes.
Right there with you. So we will see you next time, and thank you so much for tuning in.